Did you feel that there was any stigma or recourse that you were 19, now not doing any drugs or alcohol and meditating?
Well, yeah, I felt embarrassed in a way. Like, I was not somebody who um aligned myself with those kind of values, like being a meditator. Or I thought that meditation meant I had to be good. Like, you had to be peaceful. And um my drunken drinking, living on the street, I was very violent, actually. And my background prior to living on the street, and being a drunken drinker, was very violent. I grew up in poverty. There was always violence. That was just the manner of living. And so everything was to prove I was tough. Everything was to keep you away from me and to keep you from hurting me. And so, because I was already hurting so much, it's like, please, no more. And um, but I would have taken any physical violence over what this thing would do to me, and so I just equated meditation with something I could never get. Like, I just wouldn't even.
Because there were these standards that the mind is supposed to be quiet. One
Mm,
is supposed to maybe, I don't know if that means be a good person, okay? So there's programming often for females more than males, but not always, of be a good girl,
oh
okay?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so be a good girl. And then when your life is not that at all, you're on the streets, you're very violent, there is this element of meditation is for people who are not me, not someone who's had my life at all, right?
yeah.
How did you feel in a way that you can describe that now?
So I would say that right away there was a comfort, um, where it was like I could fit inside of my own body.
Would you equate that much of your using was because you didn't feel okay in your body? You didn't feel
Of
okay being
course.
you?
Absolutely. Yes. So yeah, since I was a kid, I would think, when they find my dead body, then they'll know. Then they'll see how much it really hurts. Then they'll see what they did to me. Um, and this was just constant. But really, um, when I was about 11, I was going to do it because I just was so, so, so sick of wondering why I was here and what was it all about.
Mm.
And I was holding my nephew, and I was sort of in some existential contemplation, and I was like, I pray but I don't hear anything. I try to do what I'm supposed to do, what they teach me at Sunday school, but it doesn't seem to solve anything. I'm baffled. You know what? You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Is that what it's all about? Like, what is the point here? And I wanted to kill myself so I could talk to God, actually. I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of this. I want to find out what's true. I didn't do it. But, the need for more, the need to know more than I can see and touch and think about, even like the need to know more, felt satisfied in meditation.
Did it feel like a sort of a safety blanket, like it felt
Yes,
comforting?
actually, now that you mention it, yeah. But it was like I didn't. It's not like I got an intellectual answer when I closed my eyes and when I learned to meditate and I practiced the technique. It's just that drivenness to know and understand became lessened and lessened because I was knowing it. I was
Right, you are having an
experiencing it.
experience of
Yeah,
connecting to
yeah,
that knowingness within you,
yeah.
searching it out. And as you have meditated, and it's 30 years, life still happens. You got married, you had children,
Twice.
okay. You went through the experience of a loss of a baby,
Mhm,
right? Then you went through the experience of a divorce that was quite tumultuous.
mhm.
And you also started up your own business. And during COVID, not only did you get COVID, but pretty much your business had disappeared.
Yes.
Now,
Yes. So that's a great thing you bring up, Paula, because this is really where it's funny, you asked me like what happened when I learned to meditate. I can barely remember, honestly. That's why I kind of tell the story around what I kind of remember experiencing at the time. But what I've experienced with meditation in 30 years is having a constant source of that um, relief and comfort. But that gets improved through the practice. Like that experience of moreness gives you more to handle life. I've heard it called, I think you guys call it adaptation energy. Like for
Yes.
example, when we had technical difficulties, I wasn't pulling my hair out and pounding my fists on the floor. I was just dealing with it, right? There was a time where the littlest stress would have me just melt right down, you know? Um, and I can deal with a tremendous amount of stress now and not melt down, you know? Uh, yeah, I've been married. I have two children. You know, I had a very high maintenance husband when I was married. He's an artist. And, you know, I was helping him build his business while running my business, which had about 15 employees or workers at any given time. Plus, on another coast, there were probably another 10, 15. I didn't do too much over there. But, you know, and so, you know, arranging play dates and dinners and listening to my ex describe his next idea for a painting and giving him my input. And I mean, and because of that sobriety I mentioned, a lot of people who were calling into me, getting experience, strength and hope from me. So and I was able to juggle all of that as long as I stopped, dropped, and rolled every twice a day for 20 minutes, you know, and did my practice.